this is John Foster here, and well, today we're going to take a look at this electronic speed controller. This is the ISDT. I've got the ESC 70. I believe there's an ESC 90 version. This is a new electronic speed controller for me. I've not used these before. I'm always tending to go for the HobbyWing 1060s as a default. However, this one, I've gone for this one for a project, for a crawler project that I'm doing. Particularly went for this because of the modulation. You can program the modulation, and it's got a clever system of connecting via Bluetooth to your mobile phone via an app, so that you can program the parameters of the electronic speed controller, which I thought was quite nifty. So let's take a look at this. This is a brief sort of unboxing and taking a first look. I've got this directly, this is in the UK. I got this directly from hobbyrc.co.uk. No problem with the service, very good service indeed. So yeah, let's take a look at this, and then we'll be putting a connector on this, because I don't think it comes with any connectors, so you have to do a bit of soldering on this one. So I'm carefully gonna just use my little hobby knife there just to get us down there. That should be enough to get that open, and then we should be enough to, there we go, lovely, nice, neat and tidy. So quite nice presented in a presentation box. It's a slidey box, so slide out. Okay, so yeah. So first of all, upon opening, you're immediately presented with a manual, of course, in your traditional style, Chinese and such like on one side, and English on the other. Quite comprehensive as well, by the looks of things. Very nice, very well presented. Nice. So have a little read of that. Certainly get to know the parameters and how you go about setting up and how you go about connecting, no doubt. Cardboard thing, there we are. Let's take a look at that too. Okay, yeah. So you do get the, it looks like a programming lead. You get some heat shrink, bullet connectors as well. Well, that's nice. Nice touch. And you also get the machine itself. So let's, yeah, so always I've been getting these little things out. How do they come out? So it's like got a protective, high density sort of foam system. Let's keep that in there. Okay, so we're gonna, yeah. Okay, so we've got these. These are your cables and such like. So very soft silicon. There we go. So there we are. They are very nice and soft silicon, but as you see, there's no connectors to your motor and there's no connectors to your battery. But we'll go ahead and we'll do some soldering and solder some connectors onto here. Bullet connectors, of course, we can probably crimp. I'll show you that too. I think I've got a crimping tool that will work for my days of being electrical. Yeah, let's have a little look here. And there we have it. So there you go. So that comes out like that. So we'll put that to one side, shall we, slightly. There we are. So technically, this is what you get in the box. You get the connection for the button, your on-off button, and you get your main electronic speed controller, nicely, neatly packaged. Looks very professional indeed. And you get the various heat shrinks so that you can heat shrink on and keep the color scheme the same, which I quite like. That's a nice nifty idea. A couple of bullet connectors as well so that you can connect for your motor. Now that we've got the electronic speed controller out of the packaging, let's take another look at how this electronic speed controller connects and the features of the electronic speed controller. So I should give myself a quick organisation as we do this. So it's the ESC 70, so that gives you a peak of 120 amp on a current continuous of 70. It's for brushed motors, so it's a brushed ESC. Sizes of 540, 550 or 775. So you can typically use it for 1/8 or 1/10 scale style models. It can take nickel metal hydroxide, so you can take between 6 and 8 cells. And you can take 2 to 3S LiPo, so it's able to use that too. And again, you can program features like the LiPo safety cutoff, etc. via the app. It's a fully waterproof design, so that should handle being splashed or whatever. Typically you would get in your crawlers, might get them a little bit wet here and there, so it should be able to handle that. So programmable features via the switch. So the switch is a dual switch, so it's a switch and a Bluetooth module, so that allows you to make adjustments to the electronic speed controller in real time using the app. I thought that was quite a clever feature, although if you've got your controller in your hand and you're controlling with your controller and you're then trying to change parameters on your phone, I'd like to see someone do that. Then you've got your battery eliminated circuit, so it's a programmable battery eliminated circuit, BEC output, between 5 and 7.5 volts in increments of 0.1 of a volt. So you can program the extra voltage that your servo can handle to give you a more powerful servo output. So that's programmable again via the app. It's quite a small device. Manual is saying that it's 38 across here, 31 width, and about 17 or so depth. So quite a good small size, a good footprint, around about 49-50 grams. So it's quite small and neat. It has an output for the battery eliminator up to 3 amps, so it's quite good in that respects. And the other feature this has, which is what I bought it for, was the pulse width modulation. You can program that to give you a higher pulse width modulation, so that you can finely tune your throttle curves, so you can have more control and more life scale like control over your model, which is one of the features that I went for this. You can adjust the drag braking, and you can kind of get nice control so that as it drops down, it's not too the model just falls down a slope, so you can control that. And it's got all sorts of other things for crawler design characteristics, like an anti-skid locking programmable feature as well. There's various other things, like you can upgrade the firmware of this. It's called OTA, over the air. So you can upgrade the firmware as and when ISDT change the firmware. Your connections are quite straightforward. So your blue and your yellow, so the 2 outer ones, they go to your motor. That being that the motor would be, this would be your negative, and that would be your positive to your motor. So yellow positive, blue negative. And again with your connection for your battery, the black and the red, black being a negative for the battery and positive is the red. You've then got this cable here, which is like the throttle cable. So this cable here goes into this port here. So this bottom port is actually the receiver port. So it would have been nice if they'd labelled that receiver, because I can't see any markings on that. But if there's a plus, I can say to you is that was labelled up. So this bottom port is the receiver. So you get your receiver cable here, and this goes to your throttle control on your receiver, and that links into that bottom port. And the top port is for the switch, so this will go into the switch. And you can see that they have kindly labelled up the plus and minus and the signal, so you're kind of putting it in that way around. Other than that, it's quite a nice thing. So what I'm going to do is that's kind of the overview. I'm going to do another video, hopefully, showing you how we get in and program using the app. And I'm going to do a video about soldering. I think, yes, I think soldering seems to be a bit of a dark art amongst the RC community. And I'm going to see if I can show you a simple step-by-step guide for doing soldering. Anyway, nice to see you all, folks. And well, I hope you're all keeping well. And I'll see you on the next one. Do take care. Bye-bye for now.